much.
Dan and I would be hanging out. I stayed the night many times at Daniel's house. Many times. He would beg me to come stay the night. Kid you not. He was married at this time, mind you.
You're making it sound so much worse.
Would beg.
He would call me crying. You just don't know what it's like here, Tyler. Please. Say that. You can't say that on you. On the internet. Say that.
It just sounds so dorky. Has your showering improved since last week?
I showered today.
Did you shower your chest?
I did my chest and my legs and my feet and my arms, and I hated it.
Are you going to have to do it again after you spilled stuff all over you?
100%. I hate the way I feel. I do not like... No. I feel it on me.
Why didn't you wash your hands?
I did. And I washed my arm when I was in the bathroom, but apparently not good enough. I don't know why it still feels sticky. I'm very upset.
That's sad. I'm sorry.
And it's on my foot, and I can feel it on my toes.
Yeah, no, you kicked your shoes off when you walked in the building.
Yep.
You were very mad.
I was very mad. The worst day to wear sandals.
I don't think.
Just so people are clear, I spilled my drink on myself because I was carrying in a bag of Chipotle and a bag of boba tea for everybody, and then spilled my drink because my drink doesn't have the fancy little things on it because I don't know why. I don't know why mine's a different type of lid. And so I had to carry it separately because it kept falling over in the carrier. And then I spilled it.
So the other question I have with this is your girlfriend was sitting in the car outside. When did you spill this? When you got to the church?
Yes. As I was getting out of the car.
Why didn't you ask her for help?
Because she was just getting out of her car. I was opening my door and I was starting to get out, and I was going to ask her to carry one of the things once I got like halfway out of my car.
Okay. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why didn't you help?
Because first of all, I walked outside and you were so pissed off, you could have practically pushed me out of the way to get into the building.
Yeah. I was not happy.
You didn't say a word. You didn't even look at me. You didn't even say a word to me.
Nope. I kicked my door shut and I started stomping inside.
You threw a temper tantrum.
Yes. Because the inside of my car, first off, it was like none of the actual drink. It was just the foam. And the foam they put on top of this is weirdly delicious, but it's savory, kind of sweet, and it's so thick. It's so thick and strange. It doesn't mix in. Okay? So, what had happened was I'm holding it like this, right? And then I had the bag as well. So I'm holding it like this because I'm holding the bag with these two fingers down at the bottom, okay? And as I'm coming over, the bag gets snagged on something, right? And then it's like, it started falling once it broke free of whatever it was snagged on. And then as it did that, it caused me to squeeze this and just spray foam all over my door speaker, my steering wheel, myself, and my floor.
Right, I did lie. You didn't just storm past me. You paused for 0.5 seconds. It just went like this and then threw your shoes off and stopped into the building.
Yeah. I was not happy.
Oh my gosh.
I'm still wet and sticky.
All right, was this our cold start, or have we not cold started yet?
This is episode 3. They've already seen some precast, and then there was that whole interaction, and now we're just saying welcome.
All right, Daniel. So before we started this, you said you had a segment you wanted to do, or you want to do that later?
We'll do that later.
Okay.
Now you have some burnt bread, right?
Well, I thought you had burnt bread. That's what I was talking about.
I also have burnt bread, but what's your burnt bread?
Okay, Daniel. So I'm in the predicament of trying to find a new job.
Yeah.
All right. So my burnt bread are job interviews.
Yeah, they suck.
You can take a drink. So I've come with some interview questions for you, and I want to see how you answer them because I fail at interviews because I get nervous and tongue-tied.
Okay, so I need some backstory. So you're interviewing me for a job.
Correct. Caress?
Don't
Caress.
caress. Don't caress me. I will sue
Yes.
because my name.
I'm interviewing for your job.
Hold on. I'm creating
A
myself.
character? Okay.
So I am. I don't want to go with the obvious of Karen, so I'm going to go with Josephine Narwalski.
Why are you a girl?
Maybe I'm a trans woman.
Okay, no.
Okay, fine. I am Joseph Narwalski.
Okay.
Man.
This
Who
is
are
awful,
you?
by the way.
What? The hell did they do to this? Strawberry lemon pickup? What's a pickup? Oh, it's a something, but mixed with a pickup.
It's green tea.
It's not
It's like-
green tea.
I know
I
it's
drink
not.
green tea all the time. That is
Yeah.
not green tea. And if that is lemonade, oh, it doesn't say lemonade. It just
No,
says
it's
lemon.
a green tea. I'm telling
No,
you, it's
they
strawberry.
just squeezed a lemon inside of some
Straight up.
strawberry tea
Yeah.
with no bubbles.
So-
I know it's a boba tea shop.
So Joseph,
Wait. Well,
Are you
where
still-
am I applying at? Where am I interviewing?
a donut shop.
Oh, all right.
Customer
Joseph.
service, donut shop.
Like phone calls? Am I the
That's
phone,
part of your job.
I'm the phone customer service person for a donut shop?
No, but you also have to work the front desk sometimes.
So I'm both going from the back, answering phone calls with people's complaints, and then coming up front and doing the donuts.
I'm hiring you to be the only employee of this donut shop.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
So there's a
Hold
lot on your plate.
Yeah, that's okay. I got this.
But you applied.
Yeah. I applied,
You applied
for it.
for
I
this,
mean,
so you
I
knew the
was
position.
How much is it pay?
$8 an hour.
Can you go to 810?
I can do 8-10. This is the interview yet. You're just setting the backstory.
Well, you're right, but
What would be a more
this
re-
is
what
all
would
the-
be a more
when
reasonable
you,
pay?
When you called me and asked me to set up the interview, remember I asked you, "Hey, can you do 810?"
Yes.
Okay.
8-10. Yep.
What is your name?
My name?
Yeah,
Also Joseph.
Joseph. What?
Joseph. My parents are weird.
Well, no kidding. Your
Yeah.
family line has
But
been.
don't make fun of me. I'm hiring you.
Well, okay. What do you do? If I'm the only employee at this donut shop, what is your position?
I own the store.
You're
it's-
that lazy.
It's a mall kiosk. I'm hiring you to
A
be
mall
working at the mall
kiosk?
kiosk
Wait.
donut shop.
that answers phone calls.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Call in
done.
orders. DoorDash. Wait, that's not how DoorDash works.
Nope.
Call in orders for pickup.
Okay.
Mobile pickup. That still is not how it works.
Do I also have to do curbside pickup from inside the mall?
Yes, you gotta run it in. Yeah, out. Yeah, yeah. We got special parking.
All right. Let's interview.
You
I'm
ready?
ready. I'm ready to answer.
Hello, Joseph.
Hi.
My name is Joseph.
Well, hi, Joseph. But what's your last name? I like to address people by their full
I am
name.
Joseph.
They both spelled the same way?
I legally tried to change it, but I didn't want to disappoint my parents
Well,
because my wife's name.
I mean, you wouldn't have to tell them.
Because my wife's name is Josephine. So I could have been Josephine.
Well, so she didn't change her last name. You let her keep it?
Yeah, because I didn't want to embarrass her.
Okay, so you're Joseph, and Josephine.
Yeah.
I don't really believe you. At this point, I don't want the job. Goodbye. I opened the door in the mall, by the way. In the food court, that one door that's just kind of there, I'm now in a broom closet. Should we restart this? I don't trust your judgment. All right. You own a kiosk in a mall, which is a dying business to begin with. And then your name.
My name is Bob Walsh, and I'm hiring you for
Okay.
GameStop key holder.
Wow. Oh, you're hiring me into the position of a key holder.
Yeah,
Still like
because you have the experience. No, if you're working for GameStop, it's $7.
Okay. All right. $7 deal.
Okay. Joseph,
Hi, Mr. Walsh.
thank you.
I guess we're jumping past formalities.
Oh, good morning, Joseph. Thank you for coming and applying for this job. What? How did you? My name is Bob Walsh. I am the store manager, and you have a very impressive track record on your resume. I saw you worked for GameStop before. You have customer service experience.
Sure do.
So I'm going to ask you just a few questions. key holder position, you have to deal with a lot of people. You
Yeah.
have to close the store sometimes.
Sure.
So, in a situation where a customer is very mad,
Happens a lot.
how do you de-escalate the situation? How do you handle that?
What are they mad about, Mr. Walsh?
Say that there is a scratch on their game and it's not working,
Okay.
and we don't have any replacements in the store.
All right, Mr. Walsh, are we going to do a scenario here? Are we going to act this out?
You're asking your interviewer. Wait, stay character. Stay character.
I want to make sure that don't break character.
If it helps you get the job.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm questioning.
That is Mr. Walsh, this is a very common interview tactic, normally presented from your standpoint. I don't know if I want to work here now.
This is supposed to help me in future interviews. This is really bad. Okay. Yes, we can act this out.
Okay.
Joseph
Norwalski.
Yeah,
that's right. All right. So, Bob Walsh, what's your name in this scenario?
Karen.
Just Karen?
Yes, just Karen.
Okay. All right. Hello, Karen. I'm assuming I know you by face now. Hello, Karen. What can I help you with?
Yeah. My son bought this video game and it's got so many scratches on it. How dare you sell this product? I want a new one.
Karen, I completely understand the situation. Do you have your receipt?
No, I do not.
Well, then go to hell. Go to hell. Get out. No, I'm sorry, Mr. Walsh. I'm sorry. That's usually how I handle situations back the first time I worked here. I'm sorry. Let's run that again. I realize there's some new protocols in place now. So, do you have your receipt? Do you have your receipt, Karen?
Don't rush me. No, I do not.
Okay, are you a pro member?
What even is that?
I'll take that as a no. Now get out!
Karen's
You don't
voice-
do anything for me. Get out!
Karen's voice got really manly. Oh my gosh. Joseph, that is highly disrespectful.
Oh,
Is that how you really handle your customers?
yeah.
Let's
yes,
try
sir.
this again.
Okay.
This time you're Karen.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and I'm you.
Oh, sure. All right. So,
Hello, ma'am.
hold on, Mr. Walsh.
Yeah.
Please don't rush me now. So I'm Karen, and you're now Joseph Walsh. Not Walsh. That's your name.
I'm Bob Walsh. No, I'm Bob Walsh. So I'll show you how it's supposed to be done.
So am I not even working at the store now? Joseph Norwalski doesn't have a job anymore?
Okay, Joseph, I'll play you if that's what
thank
you want. Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Joseph, I'll tell you how you should act.
All right.
Okay.
So
Hello,
I'm Karen.
ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Welcome to GameStop. How may I help you today?
Hi, I bought this game and it has scratches.
Okay. Do you have your receipt for this?
No, I don't.
Are you a pro member?
No, don't. Just give me a new game.
Okay. What game
Just
is
give
it?
it to me.
What game is it?
It's the new NBA 2K Theft Auto.
Theft Auto.
I didn't bring it with me, by the way.
Unfortunately, we don't have any in stock at this location. I can check another location.
Sure, as long as they give it to me.
Okay. Would you like me to call them for you to make sure that they have it? I see that this store here has it.
You know what, Joseph Norwalski? You're doing such a great job. I really think you deserve a promotion.
Well, thank you so much. I'll make sure I tell my hiring manager that.
Okay. So, Mr. Walsh, you have any other questions for me? I clearly nailed that part.
Yes. Tell me a specific time when you've come up against a hard task, and how did you figure out and overcome that task?
Okay. So I was.
Wait, we're not going to role play this?
Mr. Walsh, we can role play this.
No, I just want to make sure you have a weird hiring technique. Just go ahead.
Mr. Walsh.
No,
it's
I wanna
weird
hear your
that
story.
you asked me to describe something that happened to me in the past, and then you expect me to role play it. I can role play it. That's fine.
No,
I was
go ahead.
No. I was gonna tell you about the time that I saw two homeless people doing it in the woods behind my house, and I had to call the cops, but I didn't want anybody to get shot, so I did it in the most peaceful way possible. But no, I'll act it out now. That's close. Hi, there's two people. I think they're lost in the woods. Can you just come out and yell at them, and maybe they'll find their way out? Thank you.
Hey, stop screwing in the woods.
And scene. Thank you for acting that out with me, Mr. Walsh.
I was very invested in the story. I just wanted to jump right in.
I really appreciate it.
That seems very good. I'm so glad you're an upstanding citizen.
Yeah, I am. I really am.
So
I care about the people.
the one last question I have for you
Sure.
is, what have you found to be so successful in customer service?
Getting drunk beforehand.
Jesus.
The more drunk you are, the more laid back you are. And the more laid back you are, the more likely people are to buy stuff from you.
Okay, Mr. Joseph.
Nowalski, Mr. Nowalski.
How often do you drink before work?
Before work? Not often.
During work?
Well, yeah, I start each shift with a shot.
Can I ask you a shot of what?
Everclear. Yeah, it's.
Well, Mr. Joseph, I think that's all the time.
I had three before this interview.
What?
I had three before this interview, and I seem pretty great, don't I?
That's all the time I have for this interview.
Oh,
Thank you for coming.
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot. I didn't wipe right because I did a.
You can stop holding my hand now.
That's all right.
I can have this back.
I only used one ply.
Security! Mall security!
Oh, we're in the mall.
Paul Blart.
And scene.
Well, thank you, Dan.
Did that help?
I think I will try those tactics next time if I get another interview. I will make sure that I ask for role play assistance
Yeah.
of two homeless guys humping in the woods. It was very enlightening. I think how I will interview from now on is going to change forever.
Oh, I hope so. And
I'm
you're going to get so
really-
many jobs.
I'm really glad I'm in the position of Joseph and not Bob Walsh.
What? Oh, I get it. You're
Bob
not
Wal-
the interviewer.
Yeah, I'm the employee.
You're Joseph
So
Nowalski.
I'm Joseph Nowalski, related to Kowalski from the Penguins of Madagascar.
Oh, that is a penguin, isn't it?
Yep. Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So that was what burned my bread. These job interviews. I hate
By the
them.
way, that was the worst burn my bread segment, but that was the best fake interview segment we've ever done.
It's the first of many, I hope, because I really need help. I don't think this is the last.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right. You know, I'm feeling I'm gonna do my one burn bread, just one. It's gonna be short. All right. I'm gonna save the other one because the other one's still ongoing and I'm still dealing with it. No, it's not ODOT. Nobody say ODOT.
Hey, you need to be nicer to Erica.
So, what's been burning my bread today? A couple months back, I received a letter in the mail stating that they send a bill to collections.
Oh, Lord.
$563 for a medical bill that I did not know I owed. Why? Because I never received a bill for it. I just received a collections letter. So the first thought was, this is fake. Like, this is just some scammer trying.
So you ignored it.
No, I called and they explained and they pointed me to the right people to make me realize, oh, yes, it's real. So I called my insurance because after I got the itemized breakdown, it shows that my insurance denied paying for any of it. And so I call my insurance. I'm like, hey, why? By the way, this doctor visit happened in April of last year.
Okay.
I received a collections letter last month.
Yeah.
So I
Spicy.
call. The lady was extremely nice who worked for my insurance company. She was great. She spent like an hour digging into it, realized that the doctor's office billed my new insurance contact number. So what that means is, because I switched over at the beginning of the year, they waited almost or over a year to bill me for a doctor's visit. Now, it doesn't end there with the annoyance, because it should have been super simple, because she gave me all the information I needed. She's like, call them, give them this information, and they'll bill it to us at that point. I'm like, sweet, thank you so much. So easy. Call the doctor's billing office. Yeah, we can't get that information from you. They have to call us, as in the insurance company. I'm like, really? She goes, yeah. I'm like, okay. So I hang up, call the insurance company. I get a different person. I asked for the person that had me before because she was awesome. She wasn't available. So I talked to this person, and she's like, yeah, we don't call doctor's offices. We don't call for that kind of stuff. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do here? She's like, I don't know. Hung up. I waited a little bit. I called them again. Finally got somebody who was like, give me their phone number. We don't call, but I'll call them, and then I'll give them the correct phone number for them to call us. So that way, hopefully we can pay for the medical thing that happened almost 2 years ago now. And that's what burns my bread. That's one. That's the smaller of the two.
The smaller of the two.
Yeah. The other one's the IRS, and that's still ongoing. I could get into it if you really want to know. It's also
Is there a
short
quick version?
Yeah, there's a quick version.
Yeah.
I filed my taxes very timely for my tax return to come to me. Guess what didn't come? My tax return never showed up. A month ago, bum-ba-da-ba, check in the mail from the IRS. They gave me a $113 interest payment. 1 week later, bum-ba-da-ba, a letter in the mail from the IRS. We overpaid you. Hey, IRS, that's your problem. You don't send me something and then literally the next day write up a letter, tell me how you messed up. Guess what? You just accept the loss. Why is that my problem? Anyways, that's what burns my bread. I'm sorry. That one really makes me mad. I waited so long. For my tax return, and I would type it on the computer. Hey, where's my tax refund? And then it's like, we can answer any of your questions. You type it in. Because by the way, IRS does not have a phone number. There's no phone number.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So you type it in, boop, and it says, sorry, we don't have any information for you at this time. Yes.
Do you not have it set up for direct deposit?
I do.
Then why'd you get a check?
Because it's the IRS. They didn't tell me why, by the way. They didn't explain, hey, the reason you got this late is because of. I talked to a taxing accountant, and she explained that the office that I had to send mine to closed. They closed the office during the tax season. So guess what? All the people lost their jobs and didn't do it. That's why. So eventually they shipped all the stuff that was mailed there. I'm one of, thousands who all experienced this. And then they mail me the money and then say, we gave you too much. Oh. Anyways, so that's the end of that. Very frustrating.
You just have a rough life.
I do, people in Africa think they have it hard, but then I dare them.
Yourself.
I dare them to look at me, okay? They wouldn't trade places. I know, baby.
So much burnt bread happening.
So many burnt breads.
So I have to get something on my chest.
Okay. You've said this, I think, every episode.
No, I haven't. This is the first time I've ever said those words come out of my
Okay.
hole.
You make
listen.
All right. I'm ready.
I never know when I'm allowed to speak.
Always.
Because I get yelled at if I interrupt you. I get yelled at. So I just have to cut in real fast and say, I got something off my chest. So.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Sure.
That's how podcasts work.
Oh my goodness. I know, Dan, but you yell at me when I interrupt you.
When there's a small break like what just happened, that's when you start talking. Like right there would have been the time. But instead you went like this and then looked around the room a little bit. All right, so anyways, go on. Sorry.
So while being in our building that we're in, we've had a lot of weird occurrences happen. And I had one happen today.
Ooh.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of people talking down the way. Mm-hmm. And so I kept coming back to keep an eye out for you, see when you're coming back so we can get started as soon as you got back after you got your Chipotle and your boba.
Yep.
With no boba.
Mine has boba.
So does Rachel's. Mine doesn't.
Mine has bubbles and
anyway.
Mocha.
But I kept hearing voices come out of this room. Literally. And
what kind of voices? Describe them.
They were man voices.
Yeah.
I thought it was you every time I walked in this room. And I'm like, does he have a video of himself playing? Does he have the old podcast playing? You weren't in here, but I heard your voice. And I said, nope. I said, I will wait.
That's amazing because I've experienced the same thing.
Hearing your own voice?
No. Not my own, but voices.
Just a male voice?
Male voices talking. And I'll be alone in the building by myself. Known. And I'll hear, I'm like, is it coming from my phone? Did I accidentally like open up a YouTube video in my pocket? I'm like, is somebody here? Did I make a phone call? What's going on? And then it will just kind of like fade away.
So I am a huge skeptic.
Yeah, so am I, of ghosts.
But I am one of those people that I do look over my shoulder occasionally.
Oh, yeah.
Or just things that don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Since working in this building, even before podcasts and stuff like that, it has made me not so much a skeptic. Because there's things, whenever something happens to me, I try to recreate it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So like the voices, I can't recreate that and I can't explain where it's coming from.
Right.
I walked back to your office 3 times, 3 separate occasions. I walked away from my wife, came to this room. All 3 of those times, I walked into the room because I thought you were in here because I heard male voices. I said, he's got to have the old podcast playing on silent or something. I even checked the main room to see if we had left the audio running with the music in there. It was off because I remember turning it off.
Yeah.
I also turned all the lights off in there except for the entrance lights. I walk into the kitchen and I turn around and I was coming back here for the 3rd time to see if you were back here. The lights were off in the entrance area. Like the main room, the entrance lights right above the soundboard. The lights were off. I didn't turn them off.
Are you sure you didn't just smack the light switch as you're walking through?
No, because I went to the kitchen.
Yeah, there's a light switch over there.
Yeah, but it's a flip switch. Yeah, I promise you, I did not. If I did it, I did it subconsciously. Like I don't remember doing it at all. I'm just like, what is happening? But I swear to you, 3 times I walked in here, I thought you were playing the podcast from.
Is that why you kept leaving and coming back?
Yeah, that's why I kept leaving and coming back.
Because I was going nuts wondering what you were doing.
But my office is so far away.
No. I only heard the voices when I was coming back to check to see if you came back.
Oh, okay. Was this
I
just a
didn't hear
little
them
bit
from
ago?
the kitchen. This was when you were gone getting this stuff.
Oh.
And I kept checking to see if you were back because I was trying to figure out why I was taking you so long.
Yeah, but there was people here still.
Nope. The kids were down at the end.
I know for a fact there was quite a few people here because I saw people walking.
Was with them.
When I got here, I saw people walking to their car. So there's that. And then 2, I heard Joe's voice up in the kitchen area.
That's where I was.
Okay, you were talking to
I
Joe?
was with them, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
But when I would leave them and come to here, there was nobody in this area. The kids were down in the back hallway.
Yeah. Okay. I get what you're saying
And
now.
they don't sound like man voices. They sound like high-pitched children voices. When you walk in here, I could have sworn you were sitting in that. I heard the voice. It was very faint. That's why I thought it was coming through a speaker. So that's why I checked the main sound out in the main room. Nope. Yep. So I have a question. When you were here uploading the last 2 podcasts.
Yes. Did I have any weird experience? I had
because you were here late-ish.
Late-ish. 7:00.
That's still late by yourself.
You always hear the creaks and cracks, but it's the type of building that it does the creaks and cracks.
It's a metal building. It moves. Yeah.
And I had some weird feelings, but at no point in time, I'll tell you this right now, where Erica's sitting is where I sit and I do stuff a lot of times. And I can look to my left and see straight out. I see things moving in my peripheral vision all the time.
Yeah, but everybody does that. Everybody sees stuff moving out of the corner of their eyes.
Yeah, but I'm saying when I'm sitting there and I'm looking at my screen, I swear I see bodies like all the time.
You leave those doors open?
Yeah.
Oh, heck no.
Are you kidding me?
I'd leave them shut.
Okay, let's say there is a ghost and it manifests itself in a visible way. Right?
Yeah.
And let's say it's way far away, but in my sight. Now, there's 2 ways to exit this room or the room that this room's connected to.
I was about to say, there's only one way to exit this room.
One towards the ghost, the other one leading to the back hallway. If I have the door closed, then guess what? He gets me. I'm got. The ghost meets me, does whatever he does to me.
Okay, so
he meets me.
Would meet you?
Hi, I'm Ghost.
Would you? So in that instance, if there's a ghost that manifests itself across the main room, which is a long span.
Yeah, long span.
And then there's the room right outside of our office. That there's a back way to get out. Okay, say there wasn't.
Okay.
You were trapped in here. The only way out was to go face to face with the ghost. Would you try to fight the ghost?
Well, you have to do something,
or would
Tyler.
you try to run away still?
Tyler.
I want to know if you would go. Have you ever watched?
Let's home. We have to discuss the rules of the ghost. Now you're laying out a scenario that can only be further defined by rules. Can the ghost run?
I mean,
is it fast?
I mean, ghosts could teleport, so yeah.
Okay, right. So, but it manifests itself. Usually, ghosts don't teleport once they manifest.
That's fair.
All right, so he's manifest. So is he a fast-moving ghost? Is it like a Michael Myers type ghost?
I think he can sprint to you.
All right. So
is this based on previous experience?
I've never come face to face with a ghost, so I don't know.
But you've heard the footsteppies.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
I've heard the footsteppies too.
So
we'll get into that one.
This ghost can sprint.
Okay, so this ghost can sprint. Can it still phase through walls while manifest?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, then 100% of the time, I'm going to leave the doors open because guess what? That's the only way I know I'm going to die.
So no, my question is, have you ever seen the Mission Impossible movies?
I've seen a Mission Impossible movie when I was a child.
Do you know who Henry Cavill is? He is The Witcher and Netflix.
I know who he is.
Okay.
And Superman.
And Superman, yep. So there is a Mission Impossible film where he is jacked. Like he's big. It's Henry Cavill. He's younger. So he goes through and he's squaring up to this guy and he literally just does this. Like fisting up, he's got his shoulder, he's just boom, boom. And he like starts running to this guy, getting ready to like fight him.
Yeah.
I could just imagine you doing that.
Oh yeah, that's 100% what I would do.
Walking up to this guy and be like, let's go.
Oh yeah.
It's like cocking back your fist.
You're going to manifest in front of me, then I'm going to manifest my fist in your face.
You're just going to 1-2 this ghost?
Oh, yeah. Not even 2, dude. It's weak. He's basically made of paper. I will kill that ghost. Dude, I got a freaking cross. Why do you think I have a cross ring, all right? When I punch a ghost, it kills them. So I can punch demons.
You can just cold clock a vampire.
Yeah.
A vape pyre?
Dude, vampires are the worst. I want to suck your vape. Anyways.
The vampire. You're just going to cold clock a vampire. You're just going to burn the cross into the side of his face. Did you want to share the other haps you had? Because it's weird. It's weird.
So again, I was sitting there and I was editing. I was doing something. It was after we recorded episode 1, I believe. I don't 100% remember, but it was late. I was alone, and I'm standing there looking at the computer. What were you? Stop drinking it.
Because you said you were alone.
Oh,
So I said, I'm sorry.
Oh, got it. Anyways, so I'm alone for sure. And I have both the doors open. And all of a sudden. Well, Tyler,
I understand your
This is how I verified whether I was going to live or die.
I understand.
Because what I heard was.
I don't like that breathing.
Well, that's what I heard. And I
ghosts were
cracked my pants because I'm like, oh, Tyler's here. I was like, Tyler's here for some reason. And I look over, oh, there's nobody. There's nothing.
Are you saying I'm that fat that I breathe when I walk?
No, I thought you were trying to freak me out.
Oh, okay.
So I thought you had like come in.
I don't play games here, man. I don't play games like that.
Here's the worst part, dude. I had all the lights off. The only
Why would you do that?
Because I didn't feel like turning them all on and then turning them all off. So I had this the large room had that lights off. I had this side room, lights off. This room, lights off. Literally lit up by my computer.
You have the lights off in here too?
Yeah. That's why I pooped, Tyler.
Why would
Because I turn around and I can see nothing. I can see a red light out in the big room. That's it. I pooped so hard.
You're braver than I. You are braver. What about you told me about the candle.
Yeah, okay, so that was right as we were starting to get ready to record our first.
Last week, right? Or
No, the very first one. Okay. Episode 1. And so I'm lighting the candle. All right, come on, let me pull out my lighter. So I'm holding the candle.
You got some midriff showing, my guy. Pull your
That's for the ladies.
I think your lady's falling asleep over there.
She is. I told him I was tired. She worked a 10-hour day. And
then I have to be up at like 6 in the morning tomorrow.
Oh, boy. Mm-hmm. Okay,
So, I'm holding the candle. This is my candle. This is the wick. I go to light it, and as I'm approaching the wick, all of a sudden there's a... and I hear it right here. And it blows out. And I turn around to look at you. No one's there. Not a soul. There's people out there. You were out there and a whole bunch of people, but there was nobody in the room with me. And I take it, I relight it. I'm trying to reenact like my nose doing it. I'm like,
I just did it.
I know. Every time I've talked about reenacting it, I've been able to blow it out with my nose, but at the moment I couldn't like at all. And so I started just kind of freaking out a little and I just lit it anyways, prayed a little prayer and then went out with my day.
So, we were, again, this happened in the main room, Joe and I, we were out there and, we were walking back to the kitchen area. Cause at that time his office was in here. And as we're walking back, we're just having casual conversations. I actually, we were getting ready to go to lunch and, all of a sudden you're not gonna be able to hear this on the microphone, but I heard like somebody was sprinting up to us and they did like a dead stop, but they had to skip a little bit. He and I flipped around so fast and the look on both of them, he will deny it. He denies it to this day that he did not remember this because Rachel and I were talking about it with him the other day.
Really?
And I told him, I said, you do not remember that? I said, it sounded like somebody sprinted up right behind us. Like it sounded like those footsteps stopped behind us, like the sprint.
Yeah.
And it was just a couple of them. It was just, and he's like, yeah, I don't remember this. But the look on his face and my face, we both looked at each other and we're like, what the heck was that? And there's nothing in the room that can make that noise. It only sounds that way if somebody was sprinting up to you because it's that like thin carpet.
Yeah.
There was no chairs being moved. We were the only people. The lights were totally off in that room.
Wow.
Rachel, it's so weird, man.
Rachel, you had an experience, right? In the one door?
I did. So I was coming from big room to the room that's behind you guys.
Yeah.
Resource room, whatever you want to call it. And lights in the big room were dim, so not enough to create any sort of shadow from my end. Lights were on in the resource room, which I was approaching from the door. So as I'm approaching the door, footsteps are matching my footsteps from the other side and coming to the door as I'm coming to the door. And they stop when I stop.
which, mind you, if you know anything about light, it should have been going the opposite direction.
That's not how that works.
Right.
There's direct light coming from that room. The only way something would have been showing is if there's something walking towards that door.
And the light in that room is stronger than the light that was in the big room.
Super bright light.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, hell nah. We're not going to play this game. So I whip the door open. I'm like, I'm going to fight it. I'm going to fight whatever's there. I'm just not going to play the game.
So-
We got that Napoleon complex. We'll take it on.
I'm like, because if it's going to be a demon, I'm going to fight the demon. It's just going to be how it is. We're going to fight it. Because what's going to happen if I'm scared of it? It's going to keep coming back.
That's
and
right.
I'm not going to play that game. So I whip the door open. Nothing's there. I'm like, all right, showed you what?
So the weird part about that storage room
Yeah.
is every time, and I've tried to recreate it with you here, and I've never been able to do it. But
You told me this before.
there's been multiple times where I've walked into that room, I'll flip the light switch, and the light doesn't turn on.
Yeah.
And I'll flip it off, turn it on, like turn it back on, light does not come on. So we have a guy that works here who is an electrician.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, I need you to come look at this room because I thought it was an electrical issue. I walk in, the light turns right on.
Yep.
And I asked him, I said, what would cause the light to not turn on when I flip the switch? So he pulls the light switch out, which I already thought, but he's an electrician, so I was like, I'll let him handle it.
Yeah.
He pulls the light switch out. He said, well, all the wires are fine. And so he said, unless there's something in the wall or in the light itself that's causing it to do it. But the problem is the lights, how we have them set up, if one section would go out, not the entire room, and there's 4 different lights in that room, why were they all not turning on? So on top of this, did you want to say something? You put your finger up.
Oh, I have a story afterwards.
Okay. So on top of this, there used to be a custodian that worked here that was caught with tarot cards in this room
Oh, okay.
and just a lot of like witchcraft
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like, yeah,
Like new agey type things.
yeah. Like that explains a lot.
Well, so I have a similar story. This light right here. For a couple of weeks, if I came here alone, and I think it would be basically if I wasn't with you, there was quite a few weeks. If I wasn't with you, I'd flip on the light, and this light would just flicker, but it'd never fully come on. It would be crazy dim or it would turn off. But if you and I are here together, that's never happened. Not once. Why?
I can't explain it.
What do
There's
you
just
do?
weird stuff that happens here.
It's crazy stuff.
Crazy stuff.
Well, shouldn't have killed all those kids here.
And it's only part of the buildings, if you pay attention, that people have problems with.
Yeah.
It's everything from this side of the building and then to like Tyler's left. That's problematic.
Yeah.
So
It's nothing on the new side of the building.
Shh. Well, no, because that is the new side of the building. So
No, the stone side is new.
they were
No,
done at the
both.
same time. The front half and then this back half were both done at the same time. So Rachel and I were talking about this at home, where everything on that side of the building, I can walk through this entire building from office side to this wall, because this used to be the exterior wall.
Right.
Perfectly fine. No, I have no problems whatsoever. As soon as I get past those fire doors that are in that hallway, nope. I'm always like seeing, like I'm always catching stuff out of my
Yeah.
eye. I'm always like looking over my shoulder.
Yep.
I was doing maintenance in the women's restroom, and I heard somebody walk into the women's restroom.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was there. I was like, it's just unexplainable things that
Yeah.
I've tried to recreate, and I can't do it. So those are the strange mishaps that have happened so far.
Yeah.
If more happen, I'm just going to keep everybody updated. But
We know what we need to start doing
what?
is whenever we're alone in this building, start recording with our phones.
Yeah.
Just record.
Yep.
We'll get like the chest cams. Or you have eyeglasses. Get eyeglasses cams.
Oh, so
Yeah.
those don't know we're recording.
That's right. We got to spy on them. They've been dead for long enough. They don't know about this technology, Tyler.
They're just going to be like, oh, those are some nice new glasses. Let's move a chair and scare them.
I always get curious, like why ghosts do what they do.
Well, and here's the thing: you always watch these ghost hunting shows and videos, and I'm sitting back and I'm like, no wonder they're not showing themselves. They could see you with all this equipment trying to catch them.
Right.
If you just use spy equipment like glasses and the little lapels you put on ties and stuff like that, these ghosts will act up all crazy for you.
So, if I was a ghost, there are certain things I would do. It's the same thing I want to do as a human. If I ever become an evil villain, this is what I'm going to do to people all across the world.
So is this if you became a ghost or if you Danny Phantomed it?
No. Well, sure. Any of the above. If I become a ghost, if I become an evil villain, or if I become Danny Phantom,
Okay.
I'm going to do this to people. All right? Because I'm not mean enough yet. But people out there, they want me to be that mean. I'll get there. So I'm going to find guys who live alone. Alone.
And watch them shower?
No. It's way more diabolical. They live alone. They have no girlfriend. They have nothing like that. They're
You're
just
going to start a Tinder account.
Yep. No, listen. I'm going to break into their apartments, most likely, while they're at work or wherever. I'm going to break in, boop, take one battery out of their
Oh,
remote.
no.
One battery out of their remote. Could you imagine how much you would lose your mind? You would think about that on your deathbed.
Yeah, I could just think this guy probably sitting there and be like, I know that this was working. So was it only working on one battery before?
Right. But you know him. Like somebody who lives alone
Would you
like
close it back up?
Oh, yeah. Oh, nothing else would be touched. The remote would go down exactly where I picked it up from in the exact position.
Oh, my God.
The
You are
only
evil.
thing. Yeah. You would lose your mind.
You couldn't do that to any of my Xbox controllers, though, because I have battery packs.
Fine. I take one battery pack. If all of a sudden one of your battery packs is gone,
I'd blame her.
yeah, exactly. But let's say you live alone
Oh, that's fair, yeah.
and then poof, one day a battery pack.
I would probably search in the couch cushions. I would search, did the dog eat it?
Well, imagine if it's one of those battery packs that you can put the old case back on. Or like it has a case on it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's not all in one. If it's one of those especially. So the battery's gone, but the cover's on it.
That's what I have.
Well, you would lose your mind. And if I was a ghost, that's what I'd do for the rest of my life.
That's what you would do as a ghost.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't want to hurt people. I just want to make them go crazy. So they join me in the afterlife.
You'd be a ghost that comes to this building and just takes the battery out of all the microphones.
Yep. I turn them on.
Oh, you turn them on?
Every Monday. Boop.
So your dad, it was so funny. He brings one of the microphones to me. And he says, I need you to take this to the music shop that you guys go to all the time. And so I was like, okay. He's like, I said, what's wrong with it? I can't just take it and I explain to the guy what's wrong with the microphone.
Yeah.
He goes, it won't shut off. I'm like, okay. So
that's really weird.
yeah, you'd flip it on and it would stay on. The only way you shut off is if you took the battery out and put it back in. I take it to the shop and the guy asked me, he goes, I could take a look at it, but do you have a receiver? I said, I was not told to bring a receiver. He said, okay, I might have one. And I said, well, I might be able to have a receiver be brought in. Just let me take the microphone back, whatever. Yeah. So, because the guy had said something, he said, sometimes you can lock these. Like, I didn't know what he meant by that. So I Googled the microphone and the receiver. Literally, you could just walk up to the receiver, press 2 buttons, and it unlocks the microphone. So apparently there's a feature on the microphone where you have to do it from the receiver. And it's just one of those switch microphones where, so like, if it's a big production or like a play or something, you can't accidentally flip off your mic.
Oh, that makes sense.
So you could lock it on, but it just won't turn off. So you have to go back to the receiver, hold down the 2 buttons, and then you can flip it on and off. I text your dad and I said, YouTube figured it out for me. And I just fixed it.
How did, man, ghosts be pushing buttons?
Yeah, right? That's what your dad said. He said, first off, I didn't know you could do this. Second off, how did this happen?
Right.
And I said, I don't know. I said, because of all the people who knew this could happen, it would have been your father.
Right.
So I said, you didn't do it. I didn't do it because I just figured it out and I taught you how to do it.
Right.
Who knew how to do this? And it's not one of those things where you can accidentally press the button and lock it. It's like a 2-button system. It's 2 very specific buttons you have to hold down. The ghosts, man.
The only thing I can imagine would be Joe messing around with some stuff, and that's how it happened.
But I asked him about it too. He had no idea. And that's what I'm saying. Like, why would he be back there just holding down 2 buttons?
That's weird. Man, weird stuff be happening in this building all the time.
But our set's not being messed with. Well, stuff keeps falling off the roof.
Yeah.
Roof?
Yeah, you know what?
The ceiling and the walls.
Hey, yeah, these things back here, these are soundproofing. They fall off all the time. The adhesive is very sticky still.
Very sticky.
To the point where like I could probably toss it onto the wall and it would
It would
just stick.
yeah.
So how is it coming off?
Who knows? Ghosts. Roasts. Roasts.
Ruh-roh, Reggie.
Ruh-roh, Reggie. Oh, man.
Dude, so yeah, I mean that right there, if somebody was like, oh yeah, that's a sign of a ghost. Because the it doesn't make sense.
No.
The adhesive part is not staying on the actual panel itself. It's staying to the wall. And then the panel is unsticking from 4 crazy sticky things. These panels weigh what, like 1/10 of a pound?
It's the same demons that attacked me with the pine tar soap bar. It's just the demons playing jokes, man.
Dude.
They funny guys.
So funny.
Funny guys. I don't like coming in here and have to fix all that, though. That's not fun. And you get to it before I do. So.
I'm glad that wall of sound paneling.
You mean where the
hasn't really-
window is? Was just
Yeah.
meet shuttle metal? Sheet metal?
You want to try that again?
Where the sheet metal shows?
There you go.
You know what? I really wish we would.
I wish I wouldn't have said that because we're going to come back and they're all off.
I really wish that we would have vlogged doing this room.
Did
you post before and after pictures? I sent them to you.
Yes. I don't know if I posted them anywhere, but I sent them.
Throw them up in this video. So
right here.
Yeah. So this is the post with trashy wallpaper with what were they? Hot air balloons.
Yep.
And
hot
then,
air balloons that said America.
And then Joe's butt in the picture.
Yeah.
And then here's the now. You're staring at it, but here's also a picture.
I don't need to put a picture. Well, I mean, I can put a picture of it.
They don't know what that back there looks like. Not yet, at least.
I don't have a picture of it.
Oh.
It's not crazy amazing anyways. But
it's very bad cable management.
I'm pretty proud of that cable management, sir. Yes, the problem is all the cables are way too long. I need like 1 foot cables, and all of them are like 15 foot.
Well, and you just added a brand new mic back there, so
I did.
Hopefully, I know if you guys haven't noticed, when Rachel and Erica unmute their mics, we sound awful. Hopefully that is fixed now.
Hopefully it is. It should be.
Because we never explained that in the last podcast. I didn't hear it at first. I didn't know of it. It wasn't evident until the all audio version.
It's really bad in some of them. But we are.
So it should hopefully be fixed now.
Yeah, we should be good.
So they should sound better. We should sound better. They shouldn't pick up our voices as much. Dan and I's voices do carry.
Yeah, we're loud boys.
Loud boys.
Loud
My wife says I'm not that loud, though.
What?
Nothing. My wife says I'm not loud. She wants me to be louder.
Oh, in bed?
Yes.
I get it. I had the same complaint.
Okay.
When we were recording videos, which you can see on my original channel, Danny Cervi.
Oh, Dan.
Yeah.
The oil painting thing. I think did that get brought up yet?
No, it hasn't been brought up yet. But
okay, we'll talk about that later. But Asian people think I'm an oil painting.
Yep.
So
Chinese people, to be exact.
Yeah. So episode 2, there was a part where you were telling me a story, and I was sitting here like this. I didn't blink or move the whole time.
Because you're an oil painting.
I thought the screen froze just on my side. You were still moving. And I was sitting there very intently listening. I looked. I did not blink. I did not move. I was completely still. I think the only thing and the only time I moved is when I smirked. I smirked for 0.1 second. I kid you not. I'm sitting there like, I am an oil painting.
I am a picture. I'm a real boy.
To be fair, I am very much more expressionate on the podcast than I was in those previous videos.
That's true. You're also more expressionate on the podcast than you are in real life.
That is true. I'm more entertaining. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
Anytime a camera
But I'm not faking it, though. This is just
well,
fun.
no. There's a weird phenomenon. When a camera turns on, you're one of three things. The rarest, I keep wanting to go with the middle finger for counting first. Number one, and it's the rarest, is you're just who you are. You're just you.
Yeah.
That's crazy rare because it's a psychological thing. There's actually a term for it. I forget what it is. It might be part of imposter syndrome, but it's not just imposter syndrome. 2, you are a bumbling, dumbling fool, which that's the most common. That's the people who are, the camera comes on. It's like Ricky Bobby.
Like me
What
in
do I do with
interviews.
my hands?
Me in interviews.
Exactly. And then there's 3, which is our personalities, where we are more entertaining. And it's not like we're consciously making the effort to be more entertaining. We just are.
Yeah. Well, for me, what you guys are getting on podcast is me at home. This is how I act in my home life. I'm much more stupid, much more. My wife was always telling me to stop all the time.
My mom said, I've never seen Tyler smile so much. She said, I've never seen Tyler smile so much. I've never seen him seem so alive.
Your mom.
Yeah,
Your mom.
She's painfully
honest.
Honest, yeah.
She's painfully honest, but I appreciate it. Your mother, she doesn't know how to tell a lie. She doesn't like pleasing people.
Nope.
She just straight up tells you how it is.
Yep.
And that's what the world needs these days.
Erica said the other day she's a good old Southern gal. Or she's a Southern belle.
Well, she's also just Italian.
No, she's not. She's
I know.
0% Italian.
I know.
Oh, okay.
But she talks about herself like
About 30 some odd years ago, she got a little Italian in her.
oh my God.
All
Man,
right.
do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think we're going to put a bow on this one.
I am okay with that.
Well, if you fell asleep and you're just now waking up, welcome back to the world of the waking. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Leave a comment letting us know any ghost stories that you have. But also just tell us, is Tyler an oil painting?
And we're also getting enough viewers too. Hopefully it's not just our parents.
Yeah.
Where leave questions or topics you'd like talked about Dan and I's life in the comments. That'd be fun to do.
Yeah. Leave any thoughts, suggestions, comments, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Plans to rob a bank. If you have them
Plans
typed
to rob
out,
banks.
put them in the comments. Yeah. Anything
Keep
else?
it dangerous, folks.
Oh, okay. We're just going to do that part now.
Yeah.
Stay toasty, my friends.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Say that.
Give me a quiche.
Give me a
We're going
quiche.
to rap like a trap. I gave up already. I'm not good at rapping. I just talk.
Give me a quiche. I will appreciate.
I'm proud of you, though. You didn't talk as much this time.